Namaste children, welcome to Rashtrotana Vidya Kendra, and I also welcome you to yet another session of offline video classes. So in our previous class we learned parts of speech and also we learned sentences and its types. So what are we going to learn in our today's class? In our today's class we will know what are articles and where and how to use the articles. So let us begin our topic of the day. So what are articles? The words a, an and the which are used to point out the nouns are called as articles. So how do we know which article to be used where? So to know that, we'll know the kinds of articles. So there are two article kinds and they are definite article and indefinite article. So how do we know where to use which article? Either to use a, an or the with the word. So to know that, we will know which group they belong to. Okay. So here we come to know that the is said to be as definite article. A and an are said to be indefinite articles. So what are they? The is a definite article. A and an are called as indefinite articles. So where do we use article a, an and the? We'll know one by one. Okay. We use indefinite article a before the word that begins with a consonant sound. So if you take this example sentence, it's a car. Here the word car is beginning with a consonant sound letter C. So before the word car we have put a and it has become it's a car. And also we use indefinite article a when we talk about something for the first time. So this is the first time I have bought a watch. So that is why I'm telling I bought a watch. And one more thing we should know is that word should be in a singular form. So if you see the two examples I have given above, it's a car, I bought a watch. Both car and watch are in singular. There is one car and one watch. So that is why we have used a. So let me give you some examples for this. A shop, a tiger, a ring, a bag, a fan, a man, a balloon, a table, a book, a cow, a box. So now we know where and when to use indefinite article a. Let us know when to use an. Okay, so we use indefinite article an before the words that begin with a vowel sound. So what do we need to use an? To use an, we need a word which begins with a vowel sound letter. So the first letter of the word is vowel sound letter. Then we will use an before that word. And also it should be that we are talking about it for the first time. And also just like usage of a, the word also should be in singular form. See the examples given here. It's an igloo. This is an empty tin. So in both the words igloo and empty tin, the words are starting with vowel sound letters I and E. And also we are talking about them for the first time and also they are in singular. So let us see some examples of indefinite article an. An elephant, an ox, an auto, an umbrella, an egg, an owl, an orange, an ant, an eagle, an elephant, an octopus, an ink pot. So these are also the words which are starting with vowel sound letter, and also they are in singular, and we are talking about them for the first time. So what difference do you find in using a and an in the sentences? To use a and an, they both should be talked for the first time, and they both should be in singular form, right? So what is the difference is both a and an have the same meaning. A and an are both indefinite articles. So what difference makes between them is it depends on the sound at the beginning of the next word. When the first letter of the next word starts with the consonant sound, then we use a, and when the next word first letter starts with vowel sound, then we use an. For example, a book, a car, a dog, a frog, a lemon, a truck. So here if you see, in all these examples, what you see is they are all starting with a consonant sound letter. So if you see the examples for vowel sound letters, an apple, an egg, an insect, an orange, an umbrella, an actor. So in all these words, we notice that there is vowel sound letter at the beginning of word. So where should you be careful? Where should you see properly? What you should remember is, you should remember the sound of the letter is important. Whether it is a consonant or a vowel, the sound is important. For example, when the word is house and the first letter is H, we use a house because her house. So it is a consonant sound letter. Whereas in the word an hour, see H-O-U-R, hour, we say 1 hour. Give me 1 hour time, I'll finish it. So in this word H-O-U-R, but how do we pronounce it? We pronounce it hour, and we just keep H in silent form. So we stress on the sound of the letter. Okay, one more example. If you take the word uncle, U-N-C-L-E. So here we all can say U is a vowel sound letter. So we will use an uncle. I have an uncle in America. So here we use an uncle. But whereas in the word university, though it starts with U, as the word university has the sound in the beginning of Y-O-U, and Y-O-U starts with Y sound, which is a consonant sound, and hence we use a university. So it is very important to be careful when you are seeing the word. You must also listen to the sound that it creates. Okay, so now we know the usage of a and an. Let us know the usage of definite article the. So when do we use definite article the? We use definite article the to introduce the plurals. So as we saw till now, we use a and an for consonant and vowels words which are in singular. So now when we talk about plural words, we use the. For example, the stalls, the onions, the books. And also when we use the, we should make sure we are talking about a person or thing or a place in particular. So to say in short, we are clear about which person or which place or which thing we are talking about. For example, we went to Mysore to see the palace. So I'm not talking about any general or some random palace. I'm talking about the particular palace which I had visited in Mysore. So when I tell the palace or the palaces, it's particularly about the one or the ones which are in Mysore. And then what all should you remember? You should remember when you use a word or a noun to represent a whole class. For example, the lion is the king of the animals. So we use the for representing whole class. For example, if I say lion is not only one particular lion, but we are talking about the whole community, whole class of lions as the king of the animals. The animals not only holds responsible for a group of deers or a group of tigers or a group of elephants. It is for all the animals which are living in the wild. And we also should remember, when we use some proper nouns, it is used before the names of mountain ranges. So the example, the Vindhyas, the Himalayas. And when we talk about the famous monuments or buildings, for example, the Vivekananda Memorial, the Red Fort. And when we talk about certain books and newspapers, for example, the Hindu, the Bhagavad Gita. And when we talk about things that are only one of their kind, for example, the north, the moon, etc. And also when we talk about oceans and seas, the Pacific Ocean, the Arabian Sea. And also when we talk about something for the first time, we use indefinite article a or an, depending on the sound of the word first letter. But when we talk about it again, we use the. For example, see here, I have a necklace. The necklace is made of gold. So here, since the word necklace starts with the letter N and it sounds consonant, we have used a since it is talked for the first time. But again, we have used the same word necklace. The necklace. It has become the necklace since we have used it for the second time. See the second example here. I bought an umbrella. The umbrella is red in color. Here umbrella starts with a vowel sound letter U. So we have used an since it is used for the first time. But when the word umbrella used again, we have used the for next sentence. So till now we came to know when we should use articles. Now let us know when we should not use articles. When you are talking about things in general, for example, milk is good for you. You should have milk every day. So in this sentence, you will not use a, an or the for the word milk. And when we talk about sports and games, for example, let's go and play basketball. So here we don't say let's go and play a basketball. We just use basketball for sports and games. And when we are talking about general, no article should be used before the names of the countries. For example, Japan, France, Italy. So here we do not use a, an or the except for the UK and the US. Before the names of languages, for example, we are learning English, we are learning Sanskrit. So here we don't use articles for languages names. Before the names of the railway stations, when they are also place names. If the railway station name itself is the name of the place, then we don't use article. And when the name of a meal is given, For example, they invited some friends to dinner. Here we don't use article, and also we don't use article before noun and number. The laboratory is in room 6 on the third floor. Here we are mentioning a noun along with a number, so we don't use article. So this is it for today, children. Meet you all in the next video. Stay home, stay safe, happy learning. Dhanyawad.